Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om. Salutations to Bhagavan Ramakrishna. Girish, Chandra, Ghosh, the fifth part of this householder devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. We've seen him, how Girish has been meeting Sri Ramakrishna and is describing the meetings, how exactly, where exactly they met and what happened. So during the sixth meeting, like in the previous time, he saw one day when he had gone to the theater, he was the director. He saw a slip of paper saying, well, that Sri Ramakrishna will be visiting Ramchandra Datta's place that day. And again, like before, he felt a kind of a strong tug in his heart. You know, this is sometimes inexplicable, but it has happened often with some of the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. The moment they leave Dakshineshwar or meeting him, they go home and there's a strong urge, a strong tug to once again go and visit or once again go and meet and interact with him. And as long as they don't do that, that urge to meet him keeps on growing and growing. This is considered also a form of grace. When something, as it were, draws you to that place where you can manifest your divinity. That's the whole idea. So, and he felt that kind of, in his own language, he said, the invisible string was drawing me and it was tugging at my heart. At the same time, he said, I'm not invited there. And can I go there uninvited? And he did go towards, and occasionally stopped, ponder. I'm not invited there. And yet he is feeling that tug. He is overcoming his hesitation and then going towards Ramchandra Datta's house where Sri Ramakrishna was there. Again he stopped, and when he almost reached there to that place, again he said, well, I'm not invited and I'm going there. And again he's hesitating, but the string, invisible string, was too strong. It's drawing him. And as he reached the house, Ramchandra Datta invited him in, and he saw a mart of joy. There was the kirtan, that is the songs going on. Sri Ramakrishna was dancing with the devotees, and he also was caught up in that mood. You know, this is one of those, when you have these devotional songs going on, and the music and the rhythm and the words, they appeal so much, and you're kind of whipped up into that spiritual emotion. Even if you're not that devotional type, there's a kind of an emotional stirring. Yeah. So, and Sri Ramakrishna used to occasionally go into his samadhi. And as he used to go into samadhi, called the Bhava Samadhi, all the devotees there present around him, they used to salute him by touching his feet. And he was hesitant now, because he himself, as I said, he had a very big ego. And so what will people say of me? What will people think of me? And then Sri Ramakrishna again used to come down from that state, again get into dancing and singing. And he came dancing, and right in front of where Girish, Ghosh was standing. And again he went into samadhi. Now, as it were, like, yeah, is there, come here, he's right in front of me. He never hesitated anymore. This is also kind of something that your heart desires, spiritually, of course. Otherwise also, you get it. But depends on the intensity of your kind of desires for spiritual, it will come quicker. And I said that you take one step towards God, God takes 10 steps towards you. This is how kind of grace works. It's the beginning of a kind of a new life. And you will feel that, yeah, I do a little and I've been helped in a way. So, and after the music is over and the dancing and everybody is sitting and relaxing, is saying, in the last time he met him, Sri Ramakrishna has said, yeah, there is some crookedness still in you. And he had asked her, will my crookedness leave me? Saying, yeah, it will leave you. How? Have faith, he had said. Again, that was kind of running in his mind all through. Again, he asked the same question. Will that crookedness in my heart go away? Yes, it will go, Sri Ramakrishna says. He asked him the second time. And the reply was ditto. The third time, Girish asked the same question. And again, Sri Ramakrishna said ditto. Yes, it will go away. There was another devotee, Manmohan. So he said, he got annoyed. Were you asking? And Girish was about to retort, because no one had ever spoken sharply to him and had gotten away. He was that type. And so he held his, you can say, tongue and saying, yeah, if a person is told once, and if he doesn't believe, he may be told 100 times, he will not believe. It's not a question. But however, he bowed down to Sri Ramakrishna, left that time. And the next time, the seventh time, we find him again, his old habits. Like he was sexually very active and he was in drugs and drinking and this and that. Theater life is something like this. Not all of them, they are like that. But Girish had gone to the very extreme. So one night he was in a drunken mood with two of his friends. And they had gone to a brothel. And then again, suddenly he feels that tug in his heart, that urge to see Sri Ramakrishna. He tells his friends, come on, let's go to Dakshineshwar. And it was night. They get into a carriage and they drive all the way to Dakshineshwar. In today's time, it will take at least 2 hours. Yeah, it's quite a distance from Calcutta, from where till where Sri Ramakrishna should live in a temple garden at Dakshineshwar. So they go there. They were still drunk, and they were reeling, all the three of them. And Sri Ramakrishna got up, brought him in. He held Girish's hands and he began dancing. Girish also began dancing. And Girish was so thrilled. Saying, here is a man, he says, whose love embraces all, even a wicked person like me, whose own family would condemn me in this state. Surely this holy man, respected by the righteous, is also a savior of the fallen. So it started now slowly dawning on him that he was not judgmental. Okay. So after these meetings, he's saying, who is this person whom I feel so much kind of drawn to? And in that, what happens is, as you keep on approaching your own divine nature, the deeper you go inside, the more you get a glimpse of this. One thing happens, and people say, what is a sign? You lose all fear. What do you mean fear? What happens is, we have done things or said or thought some things which were not really, very nice. Those deeds and those words and those thoughts, they can they cast a kind of a fear on us. Oh my God, look at that. A kind of a guilt, a kind of a shame, there's something that I have done, nobody knows, but I know. There's a kind of a unspoken kind of fear there. By this time, Girish was so confident that this person, Sri Ramakrishna, loves him unconditionally, and all that hesitation and all that shame and guilt and fear and all had left him. So, though he knows me, Girish thinks, yet he doesn't condemn me. Okay? What happens when we are quick to judge people? That is the very condition of our minds. When we look at a particular thing, it's either nice or not nice. It's good or bad. It's happy or unhappy. Yeah. To keep your mind away from being judgmental, it takes a kind of a great deal of strength. So he's saying, and then he says, now this is a person whom, if I can go and confess everything that I've done, I will be at peace. And this is actually what psychology says. That the more you open yourself up, speak about it to a friend or to a therapist or someone whom you love, the less guilty, shame and fear you will feel. And there is no, again, hesitation about speaking about your misdeeds. There's nothing, because this person loves me. That person has accepted me despite all my faults, which society and convention and religion has imposed. So that was the feeling that he comes away with. The next time, again, he's saying, he went to Dakshineshwar. And again, like I said, no, he's feeling that tug. He's feeling somebody else drawing him. He goes to Dakshineshwar. Again, like I said, it's a distance, and he goes there. And he sees Sri Ramakrishna talking with another devotee. And so he's saying, oh, here is Girish. I was just talking about you to him. Ask this devotee, his name was Bhavnath. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting outside on the porch. So again, then Girish, bows down and he utters, the Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is Lord Shiva. That is the popular, you can say, salutations to the Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru. So he bowed down, saluted him. You can see him, he is beginning to accept Sri Ramakrishna as his guru. There was a great, you can say, rebellion in Girish, because he's saying, how can a person, a human being, be a guru? It is not possible, because a human being has all the limitations, all the defects of a human being. How can a human being be a guru? A person who can take you across this ocean of Maya. So the resistance towards this idea of giving in to a person as a guru is leaving him. And then, Sri Ramakrishna, as was his wont, he used to tell people about spiritual matters. So he was giving spiritual advice. So Girish said, wait, don't worry. I have given cartloads of advice to people. I'm not going to be fooled with just giving me advice. Do something for me, not just advice. People say, okay, the guys, they give you free advice. And there are some people who don't want advice, they run away. So he said, do something that will transform me. I don't want you to just give me advice and I leave. Sri Ramakrishna was very pleased, actually. He says, he tells his nephew, sing that song. The song, part of the song is, go into solitude and shut yourself in a cave. Peace is not there. Peace is where faith is. For faith is the root of all. And Sri Ramakrishna had earmarked Girish as having tremendous faith. And Sri Ramakrishna was smiling. And as he smiled, he kept on looking at Girish. And Girish now was feeling all what he had done. I mean, all the misdeeds and everything that he were kind of dropping out away from him. And his heart was getting lighter. He was feeling more at peace. And as Sri Ramakrishna kept on looking and smiling at him, he was feeling all his deeds and whatever he had done, everything is as it were leaving. He is feeling free. This is also another sign of grace. When you feel all your impurities leave you. Impurities in the sense of when we are living, we always have to compromise on things, do things, and all those things weigh you down. And now the person now feeling free. And before he left Dakshineshwar, he prostrated. Now this is something novel. And a person is feeling liberated from one's own karma. And he sees that the Guru has done that work. That's what the Guru does. He takes away all the obstructions. So Girish prostrated in front of him. And this was something novel. He never used to do that. So then he says, he gets up and says, now that I've received your grace, and you can feel, yes, this is divine grace that I've received. What do I do now? Do I stop my profession of being a playwright and you can say musician and all this director and the theater and so? So Sri Ramakrishna says, why? Yeah, you will continue. And Girish was in a way kind of relieved. Because many times you've got to give up certain things that has been the source of your troubles. At the same time, it has been the source of your greatness also, your reason to live. That's the contradiction, You do something that is elevating, you keep on doing and keep on doing, that itself becomes sometimes, most of the time, a source of troubles. Because when you start a karma, you start it one time. And that one time leads to the second time. The second karma leads you to the third, and on and on and on and on. Then you get caught. So he was in a way hesitant. Now, this thing, which is weighing me down, and yet is my very life, because he had put all his energies into this, in this theater, this world of, you can say, acting and songs and all. So Sri Ramakrishna says, no, you will continue this. See, what happens is, we find Sri Ramakrishna using Girish's talents to further his message to the people, the common people, those who would come to witness his plays. They went away with some message of Sri Ramakrishna, because by that time Girish had taken some of these plays, and in some of them he had put Sri Ramakrishna's very words into them. And he had designed characters according to some of the devotees and Sri Ramakrishna and this and that. So in a way, he was bringing Sri Ramakrishna down to the people. And that's why Sri Ramakrishna said, no, you don't have to give that up. You continue with this. So he was relieved. And he now felt kind of renewed. He was completely changed, he says. There was now no more doubt or conflict in my mind that, there's one thing. Girish, with all his faults, with all his craziness, had a deep, you can say, desire for spirituality. If you have that, then the other things don't mind at all. They don't matter at all. So here he found refuge in Sri Ramakrishna, and he says, now I can easily realize God. And, there are times when a particular thought whips up all your other emotions, your sublime emotions. And it loops around in your mind over and over again. And this is what happened. So he says, that this particular thought that I'm going to realize my own divinity cast a spell on him. And throughout the day and in the night also, these thoughts kept on looping around in his mind. Yes, I have found a sanctuary. I have found a refuge. I have been absolved of everything. I have now just to realize God. So this is it. And then he says, I am now fearless. I have found my very own. The world can no longer bind me. For even the greatest fear, the fear of death, is gone. And so that was that. So this was, he's feeling a kind of a new life in him, spiritual life. He also heard from the other devotees that whenever somebody used to criticize Girish's behavior and character in front of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, hey, you don't need to criticize him. He used to, you can say, side with Girish's kind of actions. And that also gave him a lot of confidence. That it's not just, behind my back, he's saying one thing, and in front of me, he's saying another thing. Double-faced. So Sri Ramakrishna will say, Sri Ramakrishna say, you do not know him. He has tremendous faith. And so another peculiarity that Girish found in him, discovered in him, And Sri Ramakrishna used to now and then come to Calcutta and go to the theatre where Girish was, and he used to bring something to eat, some sweets or something for Girish. And he used to give Girish this kind of sacramental food called prasad. So here we find Girish waiting for Sri Ramakrishna to come and give him that sweet, and he used to begin to feel like a child in front of Sri Ramakrishna. He was he had a big ego, he had everything, he had success and everything. And yet something made him feel like a child in front of Sri Ramakrishna. That tremendous love. It was like a love of a parent magnified 1,000 times towards the child, the Girish. And Girish used to feel like that. And this is another, you can say, indication of spirituality. People say again, what is spirituality? You become childlike. That even in the Bible is said, until and unless you're reborn or you become like a child, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. You have to become childlike, not childish. And Sri Ramakrishna is very clear. Those who are very simple, innocent and transparent like children, they must have practiced a lot of spiritual disciplines in their previous birth to come to this state. You become very simple. So Girish was beginning to feel that kind of transparency of a kind of a child. And yet he felt Sri Ramakrishna's love like a parent, and he was feeling. And he used to eat the sweets offered by Sri Ramakrishna. One time, I had gone to, he went to Dakshineshwar, and Sri Ramakrishna was just finishing his noonday meal. And he says, Sri Ramakrishna, wait. And he offered him a dessert. Saying, wait. Then Sri Ramakrishna, wait. I'll feed it myself. I'll feed you myself. And that is something which is very astounding, because Sri Ramakrishna was, his body was extremely sensitive, and any person with any, you can say, impurity, devotee will come, and Sri Ramakrishna used to sometimes pull his feet away or yell with pain, because that person's karma was to leave a burning sensation in Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna was careful not to touch things. Like even a metal, if he touched anything metallic, his fingers used to kind of twist and his breath used to stop. So his body was extremely sensitive. So Girish was sitting there, and Sri Ramakrishna himself takes the dessert and feeds him with his own hands, like a mother or a father would feed the child. Girish was feeling so small, and he was delighted also, and kept him. And then suddenly he's saying, oh my God, the things I have done with my lips, oh my God, I've kissed and this and that, hundreds of things. I'm so impure. Yet he is feeding me, his fingers touching my lips, etc. And he was it really hit him. Here is a person who now has taken me as I am, and loves me, that great love. That's what happens when God begins loving you. Be careful. Know that you will then feel so free, and free of all shame and guilt, and everything that you have ever done has all now nullified. It's all over for you. You have been accepted. And this is another indication of great spirituality. You will find in the life of Buddha, you will find in the life of Christ, that they taken everybody, the sinners. And Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda saying, these people, do you think they come for the good people? They come for the people like us, sinners, etc. And they come for the fallen. So Girish was saying, and then he used to reminisce about saying, did it really happen? Did I see a dream? It was beyond his comprehension that Sri Ramakrishna would feed him with his own hands. And he heard from another devotee that before even Girish would have really come in contact with Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna had seen in a kind of a divine vision Girish as a little child. And that's why he used to treat Girish in that way. So, yeah, it's amazing. Sri Ramakrishna was conforming his behavior with that vision. And that's why when a child is going around and doing it, you don't go and beat him and scold him. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, you're forgiving. Sri Ramakrishna was like that. You see, with all these things happening, yet he himself says, well, all the impressions that I had done, all those past impressions, were still there in my mind. I have been absolved and I've been forgiven, but the impression, the memories are still there. One time I was drunk and I was verbally abusing him. And the other devotees became furious. Some of them wanted to even strike Girish. But Sri Ramakrishna was kept smiling. He just kept quiet, smiling. He never bothered. But after Sri Ramakrishna had left, Girish was filled with remorse. What did I do? I was drunk and I shouted at him. And now it became all common gossip. Everybody is saying, look at that behavior. And Sri Ramakrishna was told, you don't need to go interact with Girish. See how disparagingly he spoke to you and how he abused you in public, and that is kind of demeaning, and he is not going to change. And Sri Ramakrishna was not going to listen to them. He had his own spiritual insight. So, and the devotees were saying, now no more. We know that he is a vile man, and this proved it. But another devotee says, you see, he has offered things that he has. He grew up with all these things and it has come out. And Girish was remorseful and he was weeping at home. And then Sri Ramakrishna returned to Girish's place. And Girish was weeping. He hadn't eaten, nothing. He was just weeping and weeping. He said, what have I done? So real contrite. And then Sri Ramakrishna goes and meets him. Then he says, he was shocked. Girish also was shocked. But he says, today if you wouldn't have come, after all that I have done, I would never have acknowledged you. Today I really know that you can forgive. And Girish goes Sri Ramakrishna says, don't worry. People will be amazed at your transformation. And people will learn from you. So later on, Girish says, whenever I was told, don't do that particular thing, it's forbidden for you, he used to do that very thing. And you say, because Sri Ramakrishna never told me, don't drink. And if Sri Ramakrishna would have said, don't drink, he would have gone and drank. He was that type. So he says, never for a moment did Sri Ramakrishna restrict me. And that in itself worked like a miracle in my life. See what happens when we try to put conditions and all these things on people whom we love. I love you if you do this. So here he says, and then what happens, whenever any lustful thought would rise in my mind, it would quickly fade. And then he says, beyond the degenerate words and actions of worldly people, I found Sri Ramakrishna also the eternal play. And again he says, it was occasionally I had to tell lies. Though he was very truthful, occasionally I had to lie. Again, whenever he used to tell lies, after that he used to see Sri Ramakrishna in his mind's eye. And this itself, spirituality enters into you. And as it enters into you, it will start correcting you. You start then going along with what that spiritual urge makes you do. Sri Ramakrishna always used to say, such a person does not take a false step. So whenever Girish's, lust used to emerge in his mind, he used to see Sri Ramakrishna, and that lust issue get dissipated. When lies kind of came in his mind and he had to speak something, again Sri Ramakrishna's picture used to come in his mind and he used to. And this was how, as if Sri Ramakrishna was now active in this person's inner life as well as outer life. So this is another. So he told Sri Ramakrishna one time, you see, I have to tell lies occasionally. Sri Ramakrishna says, you need not worry. Like myself, you are above truth and falsehood. This is meant for Girish, okay? For the rest of us. When you come to that stage, yes, you can say, yeah, we bear truth and falsehood. And all because of Girish's tremendous faith. So Sri Ramakrishna's great love had bound Girish. So, and now he understood the meaning of the word Guru. Guru is one who dispels the darkness of ignorance. That's the meaning of the word Guru. And Sri Ramakrishna was dispelling that darkness. And Girish was feeling that light. And then he is saying, now I understand what is the Guru and what is grace and what I have achieved because of the grace of the Guru. This is the transformation. So people say, what about my Guru? My Guru chosen for me? You don't have to bother about that. You proceed with your spiritual life. The Guru will come to you. You don't need to go and search for the Guru. Your very life will invite that spiritual light in you. And that is going to dispel. It is not necessarily a person. It might come in the form of a person, but it's a light that comes within and dispels all this darkness. We'll stop here for today. You can see if you have any questions. Okay. No questions here. And to make a few announcements, tomorrow at the retreat at Arlington, we are going to have a Vipassana meditation retreat. We'll have the introductory talk on what is Vipassana. Vipassana is a Buddhist type of meditation, very popular. We'll lay down some of the principles. We will practice them. I will guide you. And we'll have a few practice sessions. So that's for tomorrow at Arlington. Day after tomorrow, here, it is Diwali. It's a very big festival. Lights and sounds and gaiety and sweets and dresses, new dresses. And also Kali Puja. So Sunday morning, I will be speaking on Kali, the luminous goddess. And also, Mother's Children youth group will sing an opening song for us. So thank you very much. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.